So we have a good news, bad news scenario here today, gang. The good news is that this is going to be brief. The bad news, well, 1988's Watchers is about what happens when the government decides to experiment on dogs, wildebeests, and Michael Ironside. Yeah, Michael Ironside. We start off in a seedy locale that really resembles Merlot's from True Blood, which that's not a half bad way to start. But we get an explosion, a dog running from said explosion before being chased by some giant creature making pig-like sounds. Very, very creepy. Turns out though, this little shanty was owned by some sort of scientific black hat type facility, go figure. And what got loose was a very, very smart dog and a bloodthirsty creature they call the Oxcon. Now, this Oxcon has some psychic ability to track the dog wherever he goes, and he basically is prone and driven to killing this animal because, bloodthirsty, genetically altered monsters just hate household pets. So knowing this, the dog races off towards a farmhouse, and there is a barn adjacent to the farmhouse where a pretty young blonde is making her way into. Now, this being the 80s, if there's a pretty girl, that Corey Haim is not that far behind. And sure enough, as soon as this gorgeous young lady makes her way up to the second level of this barn, the hamster is there to lasso her with an actual rope. Like, this guy's actually able to lasso her. Nothing this kid can't do. Now they're upstairs and romance is on their minds, but they hear a sound downstairs, assuming it's the very protective, very heavily armed father. The girl decides to lower her shirt back down, and Corey decides it's probably a good opportunity to beat feet and get the hell out of there. Now in this movie, Corey Haim's name is Travis, and he books it to his mother's truck that he used to come over to see his girlfriend. Unbeknownst to him though, when he's speeding away from the family barn, he's got that beautiful dog stowed away in the back of the pickup truck. Now where the dog is, that Oxcon is sure to follow, and that creature makes an appearance in this barn, kills the father of this girl. So he's kind of looking out for the hamster in that way, but he winds up wounding Travis's girlfriend, and that's not going to score you any points with Corey Haim. Now we're going to say his name a lot here because Corey Haim is just awesome, and I've heard a lot of detractors say it's just Corey Haim playing Corey Haim in every single role that Corey Haim is in, and I'm saying, so f***ing what? I just want to be entertained, and in this movie you desperately need somebody who's willing to entertain you. And on top of all of that, Jason Priestley is in this movie. That just shows Corey Haim's star power right there. I mean, the 90210 kid got like 5 minutes of screen time in this Corey Haim-fueled horror adventure. So the movie basically consists of Travis, his mom, and the dog he's named Furface running from Michael Ironside's character and his sidekick, all while the Oxcon is hot on their trails, killing everything it interacts with, rinse, repeat. Now, I'll give you a quick aside here because Michael Ironside's character name in this movie is Lem, and I won't call him Lem because it makes me think of The Shield and the real Lem and all the awful things that happened to him in that show, and I'm still heartbroken over it. Don't get me started on The Shield. We'll be here until May. One of the best shows ever, one of the saddest shows ever. If you've never seen that show, don't even bother. Save yourself the strife. I did find these characters that run the motel where they wind up hiding out, that being Travis's mom and Furface. I thought they were very entertaining. They have a strict no pet policy that the male running the motel clearly caved for. I mean, Travis's mom didn't even have to sweet talk him. He just said, okay, no big deal. Maybe he wanted to piss off his wife, and he did piss off his wife because when the wife found out there was a dog in the motel, she went haywire. Started cleaning like crazy. I mean, she's psychotic about it. Then, of course, the irony in it is, not only was there a dog there, but probably the gnarliest looking animal that you're ever going to see is inbound and has a very close encounter with the woman that runs this motel. I thought that was funny. Being a sucker, though, I mean, I'm just an absolute fool for a great booby trap scene. I popped when the hamster was rigging up the woods by this cabin where they make their last stand. And even though some of those traps and tricks, they didn't really factor in the finale of this one, this scene was a really, really good bright spot for me. Now, Michael Ironside explains that he's the lab's third experiment when having a disagreement with his colleague that he's been riding shotgun with this entire movie. The colleague doesn't want to kill these people, but Michael Ironside's like, everybody dies in my movies. So he explains to his sidekick that I'm the third experiment. Behind the dog and the oxcon, it's me. And I laughed unreasonably hard at that, because how are you not, if you've got scientists working on you, they're turning you into a enhanced being, how do you not have them work on that hairline first? And then listen, I can sympathize. I've got the hairline issues. But that's usually the first thing on my wish list if scientists are going to be like, listen, we're going to give you a makeover and you're going to be something else by the time you wake up. I'm going to want that whole thing fixed. That being said, at the end of this movie, in the final act, we do get one solid shot of this creature, and it really resembles one of those things, that thing that came out of the crate in Creepshow when they finally unlock that crate, that monster that pops out. It looked like that. Kind of a letdown, you know, but this is B-movie horror. This is just schlock. I mean, it's okay for one watch, just to say you've been there and done that, but it's not one of those things that you want to brag to everybody that you just spent 90 minutes of your Saturday watching, like I spent 90 minutes of my Saturday watching. It's a 1.5 out of 10 without Corey Haim, but fortunately for us, Corey Haim is here, and Corey Haim's really good here. It's an easy 4.5 with him as the linchpin of this movie. The dog was cool too. I mean, I really enjoyed a good animal, and the scenes between the two were fun. And the way that they position this dog is super smart. He's playing Scrabble with them. I mean, they're just, it's a very funny way that they do that. But Corey Haim is he's the star. This was a vehicle meant for him to shine, and he shines in it. He just doesn't shine bright enough to save the movie. Rest in peace, Corey Haim. He's gone way too soon. I'll never watch it again, though, so I can't say that it ages gracefully. But if you're in the mood for something to laugh at and a little bit of carnage in there, there's worse things you could watch. That being said, we're going to wrap it up. I told you to be brief. If you do like anything we do here, and a few of you do, you guys have been very kind in the comments, feel free to jump in, subscribe, have fun with us, suggest things for me to watch. I can't imagine that you're going to suggest something a whole lot worse than what we just went through, but throw out some ideas. I'm open to them. This is Aging Gracefully. I'm Matthew Essex. See you on the other side.